Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing another sketchbook tour. This is my second proper finished sketchbook. If you watched my last sketchbook tour, you know that I'll just start a sketchbook and then move on to another one without finishing it. But I have been challenging myself to finish my sketchbooks, and this is my second fully complete sketchbook, which I finished yesterday actually. So it won't be yesterday for when you're watching this, but it's yesterday for me today. So let's jump straight into it. Okay, so I started this sketchbook on the 14th of January 2020 and finished it on the 9th of September 2020. It takes me a little while to get through sketchbooks, and this one had a lot of pages. This is the handbook journal. I can't remember the brand. Well, it just says handbook. So yeah, handbook journal. This was not my favourite sketchbook in the slightest. The pages were all different textures. You'll see, I'll show you in a minute. But yeah, some pages were smooth, some pages were really textured, and I didn't like that. I think that I prefer a lot of consistency in my pages so that I'm not changing up the medium that I'm using in my sketchbook. If I wanted to do that, I'd use different paper. So yeah, these are some portraits that I've done. As you can see here, the texture changes dramatically, and I feel like it didn't work with how I sketch. I attempted to use watercolour here because it says that you can use a light wash of watercolour. It was okay, it didn't work amazingly, but yeah. And then I tried to draw Taeyoung from BTS, but yeah, we don't talk about that. Then I was doing some facial expressions. Here, I'm not too happy with them. I think this sketchbook was a lot of me developing my style, and I think I was trying out something very Disney here, and it wasn't just working for me. But yeah, it was a good little experiment. Here we have another portrait study, and then here we have a preliminary sketch for an oil painting that I did. It was inspired by Mulan. This was way before the film even came out. I will leave a picture of the oil painting that I did here. This will be available to buy later in my Etsy shop. However, I have to wait for it to dry before I can varnish it, and it's going to take a couple of months. So yeah, that's the original sketch for it. Then we have the 3 marker challenge that I did on my channel. You'll be able to see that. I'll leave a link up in the corner somewhere to that video. It was when I wasn't comfortable using markers, so it didn't turn out as well as I hoped. So I might revisit this and try it again. Then here we have some hand studies. I'm not amazing at drawing hands, but this day turned out really well, and I think this is probably one of my favourite pages in my sketchbook. Yeah, I've never been one to draw hands, but for some reason that day it just really worked. Then we have me doing some initial sketches for some Harry Potter prints that are now up in my shop. These didn't turn out to be the sketches that I used, but they were kind of the idea behind the ones that I did use, so yeah. And then just another portrait study here. I think I did this one on my channel in a video, but I can't remember, so don't hold me to that one. Then we have some more portrait studies, and there's JK from BTS. I think I did this one on my channel as well, but I'm not sure. I can't remember what I have and haven't done. And I think you'll see my style develop a lot more in this sketchbook from this. I was trying to go for something very realistic while still having a cartoony feel, and I think you'll see my style start to develop in this as we go along, and you'll see what I am now. And here is where I started gluing the pages together to get rid of the rough textured ones, so I had the smooth ones, so the pages are a bit more thicker. And then this was the sketch that I have got on the front of my sketchbook. I've also turned her into a sticker that you can purchase in my Etsy shop, and I will leave a link to that in the description below. And this was my one-word prompt character design challenge that I did on my channel, and I really like this, so I might develop this further and maybe even turn it into a painting, I'm not sure. But yeah, I really like this sketch. Then here I was messing about with some water-soluble pencils, the Faber-Castell colour grip, and I was just doing some more portrait studies. I don't know if you can tell, but I really like drawing people's faces. I find them really interesting, and I'm trying to get away from same face syndrome, but it's not going well. And then here was some mermaid prep. I can't remember the prompts that I used. I think they changed halfway through, but yeah, this was the first day. I think it was like party or celebrate or something, and I was trying to do like a grumpy mermaid who doesn't like her birthday. And then here are some more portrait studies using that same water-soluble pencil. And then this was the actual mermaid sketch that I used for day one, and then I moved digitally, so there is no more mermaid in this sketchbook. And this was a sketch idea for when I did painting on jars. I prefer how it turned out here than it did on the actual jar itself, so I might turn this into a sticker. We'll see how that goes. And here I was attempting to do this technique that I saw, I think it was Cosmic Spectrum Art or Cosmic Art Spectrum, I can't remember her name, on YouTube, where she was sketching with a ballpoint pen and then shading with a brush pen, and I think it turned out okay. I did this half on my channel and then I got frustrated with it and turned off the camera, and then I did this half, which I wish I'd kept on the video, but these things happen. Okay, and then here is another sketch with that same technique, and then I was doing the 6 fan art challenge, and I was trying to do Mary Poppins, and I couldn't decide what kind of style I wanted to do, so I did those 2 sketches. Then this was one of my Scrawler box swatching, see how they worked. And then this is a sketch for another oil painting that I did, which is actually up on my channel. If you want to see that, I'll leave that in the corner as well. Then I was doing some more portrait studies using the Cola Rays pencils by Prismacolor. I think I'd just purchased them and I was testing them out. Then I was doing some marker portrait studies. I've been trying to get into using alcohol markers a bit more, and this was before I got the skin tone set from Arteza. So yeah, they're not perfect, but I think they've turned out pretty well. And then this is a fan art of Sarai, I think that's how you pronounce her name. That's how I pronounce her name anyway. From Strange the Dreamer, the book. Such a beautiful book. If you haven't read that, I highly recommend it. And yeah, that's my fan art of her. Another portrait study using a brush pen. I was trying to do cross hatching. Not particularly pleased with how it turned out, but I think it looks okay. And then I was doing some clothing studies here. I'm not used to drawing the full body, so this was a bit of a challenge for me, but I think it turned out pretty well. Then I think this is where my style really started to develop. I had this urge to draw Hermione Granger in my style, so I was going for more book Hermione than film Hermione, but yeah, I think this is probably one of my favourite spreads in the whole sketchbook. I know I need to work on expressions because she's got the same expression in all of the drawings, but yeah, I really enjoyed this. Then doing some more portrait studies. I find a lot of my portrait inspiration on Pinterest, so I also have a board of portraits, so if you want to check that out, I'll leave that link in the description. Then just a couple more portrait studies and another clothing study here, and a Scrawlrbot sticker. Then I'm working on zodiac sign prints, and that was an idea for Cancer. I'm not sure if I like it, so we'll see how that goes. And then here, this is such a funny story. I was trying to paint clouds with acrylic and, or was it gouache? It was one of the two. And clearly it did not go very well. And so I just carved help into it, smushed it all, paint about, and yeah. I still think it's quite cool though. Then we have some ideas for another oil painting based off of Pocahontas. I'm not sure I like these sketches, but we'll see. Yeah, it hasn't. I did these back in June and I haven't really gone back to this concept yet, so that might be a little further down the line before anything with that happens. And then we have some more marker portrait studies. I was testing out colour pencils on top as well, see how that worked. And then here I drew Klaus from Umbrella Academy. Then these are more sketches of the Hogwarts prints that I've done. These were the actual ones that I ended up using. So there's Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, Gryffindor and Slytherin, and the prints and stickers of these are up in my Etsy shop if you'd like to check those out. That would be great. I'll leave the link in the description box again. Then we just have another character idea, and then I drew my friend Robert while we were on FaceTime. Then this was a collab I did with Aquesta Art back in July, and we gave each other food prompts and we had to make a character out of them. So I'll leave that linked up in the corner again if you want to watch that. Then these are some more sticker ideas which never got turned into stickers, but I'm hoping that I can do those in the future because I really like this sketch. Then I drew another two of my friends, that's Jax and Adam, and then we were talking about concepts, so I wrote some notes down about character design and all that. Then this is a redraw of an Inktober I did last year, and this is now a print and a sticker up in my shop if you'd like to see that. Then this is when I got the Arteza skin tone set, and I did some more portrait studies. And then this was a tarot card design for Moon. I tried making this digitally and I didn't get very far, so I should probably go back to that and redo that at some point. But yeah, I really like the sketch. Then we have another portrait study there using those markers. And then these two here are sticker designs that I've got up in my Etsy shop. Then this is an Alice in Wonderland themed fan art. And then I just did a little outfit study there. It was quick, so it's not perfect, but yes, that's that. Then I went completely off radar and out of my comfort zone and drew cats instead of portraits, because why not? I think this is the first time I've ever drawn a cat as well. Then we just have some more portrait studies. And then I watched Lilo and Stitch with my friends, so decided to do some fan art. It's not the best. I was trying to do Disney, but in my style, and it didn't really go very well. But yeah, it's okay. And then the final page, I decided to test out some new ink for Inktober that's coming up. I am not doing Inktober. I'm probably going to do Drawtober or Witchtober or something. But I bought this ink a little while ago, and I wanted to test it out before I started, and it's so beautiful that I think I'm just going to have to use it. So yeah, that is the end of my sketchbook. I hope you guys liked this little sketchbook tour that I've done, and I will hopefully see you on the next video. Bye!